Hey you guys, welcome back to Perfume Vegas. I'm Holly Golightly with a new camera. So hopefully you can hear me, see me, smell me, good. Today's video is going to be my 5 scents that are going to carry me through winter. So these 5 fragrances are ones that I plan to be reaching for a lot. So if you want to see what 5 fragrances are going to be taking me through those cold months, it's like 50 degrees. I mean, it's really cold. Just keep watching. Okay, what? My hair is doing a thing. My hair is doing a thing because I just washed it, and so it's at its peak flatness. I thought about curling it, I thought about straightening it, I thought about doing a lot of things, and I was like, nah. So anyway, you're here to see what are the 5 fragrances that I'm going to be wearing through winter, and I'm super excited to tell you because several of these I haven't talked about at all, if at all. I'm going to stop rambling about that. So anyway, you're here to see what 5 fragrances are going to carry me through the winter, and I'm super excited to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with one that I don't think I've ever really talked about on the channel. I've had it for a while. I got it in a haul way back in like June or July. It's in my big ass haul video back then. Oh no, it's earlier than that. It was even before that, I think. But I just had put it away because it was definitely a winter fragrance to me. And that is Bois 1920 Sushi Imperial. So, I didn't bring anything to spray on. So this fragrance is a gourmand, woody fougere type of fragrance. That's probably the best way I would classify it. I don't know where the camera is. There it is. Okay, I don't know where the camera is in this new thing. It definitely has a masculine undertone, but it's also very sweet and gourmand. It is, for a masculine fragrance, probably at the very top of what you could be considered masculine gourmand. I mean, obviously, people can wear whatever they want, but if I were creating a fragrance with that in mind, this is probably the epitome of how gourmand I would want to go with that. I don't know the notes. I'll put everything down below, but it does have gourmand notes like chocolate, and it also has some fougere notes, I think, like oak moss, and there may be some herbal notes like clary sage or lavender in there as well. But this is a really nice fragrance. It's also totally unisex. It smells amazing on my partner, and I really like the way it smells on me as well. This was fairly inexpensive off of Fragrance Net. I know there was a lot of hype around this fragrance back in the day, but it seems to have died down, and you can now find this scent pretty easily. So that is Bois 1920 Sushi Imperial. It smells amazing. Every time my partner wears it, I'm like, I smell something. It's familiar. What is it? He's like, it's that one, that weird named one. And I'm like, oh, I knew it. But I didn't know it because it smells so different on him. I love it. The next one is the amber fragrance that I chose to talk about in this video. Truthfully, I have quite a few amber fragrances, and I'm wearing them all this winter. Aqua Allegoria, I have got Maison Francis Kurkdjian, Absolue pour le Soir, Ocean by Collage. There's one more I can't think of, but I pulled out Ambergris from Parfums Empire because this is so rich and thick and just decadent. This I could never wear this during the hot months here in Las Vegas. I would suffocate myself, not to mention anyone around me. But this fragrance is so beautiful. If you like amber, if you like heavy scent, if you like exotic type of scent, it's like an oriental type of amber, but also it's quite almost gourmand, because there are some gourmand notes, but it's actually quite savory type of gourmand. It has a vodka note at the top that's just really bright, that hits your nose like a punch in the nose, and then it settles down into leather, it settles down into woods, it settles down into amber, and it's gorgeous, baby. Gorgeous. So now that it's finally cooling down, I'm so excited to be able to be reaching for Ambergris from Parfum d'Empire. Once again, I'll link all the notes. I'll link the fragrances and list all the notes down below so that you have that information. Next is one I have talked about quite a bit. I've been touting the pleasures of this fragrance since like February, which was when I got it, and it is H&M Maxar Patchouli. This is from the H&M like private collection line. So this fragrance is in stock. Sometimes it goes in and out of stock on their US website, but you can also find it in their stores in some places. And if you do want it, but it's not in stock at the time, just set an alert because it will come back. This is just a really rich, sweet, florally, woody patchouli scent. It's got patchouli and violet, basically different patchoulis, and different parts of the violet flower are what make up this entire fragrance. So it's not too heavy, but it's very sweet, it's very woody, it's very earthy. It's just gorgeous. I'm honestly surprised at how nice of a fragrance this is coming from H&M. It was $30. It's totally unisex. Again, all of these really are. The last one I have is specifically marketed towards women, but the rest of them are like absolutely unisex. But it smells amazing. It's got a sweet, slightly leathery dry down. It's earthy, I said that already. If you like patchouli, definitely pick this up. If you don't love patchouli, but you do like a sweet, earthy type of fragrance, give it a try. Especially if you can get it on sale, because H&M is having sales like crazy right now. If you can get it on sale, like yeah, definitely try that. That was Maxar Patchouli from H&M, and the perfumer for this is can't think of his name. So Maxar Patchouli from H&M, probably the least expensive fragrance on this list, but it's so good. Definitely check it out if you like patchouli fragrance. You're here, camera over here. Okay. Next is one that unfortunately, this was a unicorn for me, and I did a whole video about it, so I'll link that. And it is Aqua Allegoria from Guerlain, the Aqua Allegoria Winter Delice. And this one is it's vintage. It was discontinued the same year as it was released. In the Aqua Allegoria line. I think it was released in 2011. So this would normally have a little hang tag, but it's been lost. But at the bottom is the information. And this smells like winter in a bottle. I'm not going to spray it because I don't want to waste this juice. It smells like a Christmas tree farm, then going home and curling up by a fire with your new tree, watching, you know, your kids or family members decorate while you drink a hot toddy or something like that. It's seriously so perfect. It is just my dream Christmas fragrance, and I have several that I like from indie brands, and I can do this video with indie versions as well. I have several Christmas fragrances from indie brands that I love, but this is just as good as those, just as creative as those, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. The lasting time for this being an eau de toilette is remarkably good. It's about 5 hours. Um, and the scent just is a powerhouse. Like, it just hangs around. It doesn't really disappear until it totally just disappears. I am using this sparingly because although I was able to get a good deal on this bottle, it is difficult to find, and it is quite expensive when you do find it. And as they get more and more out of date, you know, and more hard to find, there's no guarantee that there's going to be one that actually still smells good too. So I really wish that Guerlain would bring this fragrance back. They did do a coffret set for like VIPs that had this in like a crystal fancy bottle as an eau de parfum, but no one I know or no one I've read reviews from has ever smelled that version, so they can't say whether or not it was actually very similar to this one or not. But this is probably my favorite wintry scent out of this bunch, and I'll definitely be wearing this Christmas Day. I'll be wearing it Christmas Eve, but between now and then, I may only spray it a handful of times because it is that precious to me. So that was Aqua Allegoria Winter Delice. Sort of there. And last but not least is the one that I was mentioning that is marketed towards women, but probably could be a masculine fragrance just as easily, because with body chemistry and the way that the testosterone and estrogen pheromones work in our bodies, feminine fragrances come off smelling more feminine on women and more masculine on men, just as masculine fragrances come off smelling more masculine on men and more feminine on women. It's just kind of the way our chemistries work. With that being said, I think it's interesting to note that there's been some tests done with transitioned men and women, and their fragrances give off the effect of their transitioned gender and not their biologically assigned gender. That's not really like here or there, or I just thought it was interesting. Anyway, this is Athalia. This is Parfums de Marly Athalia, and this is my little black dress of fragrances. She's my sexy going out sidekick, especially for winter nights, or really any nights, but I do find that this fragrance performs best in cold weather. I've had it for about a year now, and I stopped wearing it all through the summer because it was too cloying. But Athalia is literally, she's like my wingman. She's my little black dress of fragrance. I love this scent. It's so beautiful. It's very linear, but sometimes linear is good. And I have found that when you're wearing a fragrance in close quarters with people, in close company, to have a more linear scent is actually better because it's less intrusive and less irritating for the other person. So there's a tip for your date nights: pick your linear fragrances. Athalia is a really beautiful jasmine, and I think she's jasmine and patchouli. I'm not 100% sure. Again, notes will be down below, but whatever she's got going on in this little bottle is sexy, is super sexy. So for this winter, for any occasion, like upscale event that I may or may not attend, this is what I'm going to be reaching for. I'll probably be reaching for her for bedtime too, because I do like to wear this scent to bed as well. So there you guys have it. Those are the five fragrances I've chosen from my designer and niche luxury collection to carry me through the winter.
So if you want to see the indie version of this video,
comment down below or give it a thumbs up, and make sure that you turn on the notifications, because I'm going to be super random with my uploads for the next few weeks. I've got some non-fragrance uploads. I've got some like random fragrance uploads. I'm going to try to get around to doing some tag videos, But if you have any ideas of videos you especially would like to see, leave that in the comments as well. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here. I hope the quality was good. I'm sorry my cat is crying in the background. She really wants me to feed her. Um, Otherwise, yeah, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate anyone who is a subscriber and is returning. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. I hope that you'll subscribe, and I can see you again on the next one. Bye.